Legends, James here from GAMAFLARE. And mate, V8 Division 1 at Charlotte turned into an absolute strategic war zone. 640 horsepower, fuel numbers changing by the lap, pack racing at full noise, and drivers making split-second calls before they even survive turn 1. Green flag, and instantly chaos. Russell Pepperell gets tagged in the number 21 TDR machine and sent backwards through turn 2 as the field scatters to avoid disaster. That is pure survival racing, mate. But Rayhan Lianage sees an opportunity, and mate, he absolutely sends it. Rayhan Lianage wastes no time. Huge dive bomb into turn 8 and briefly steals the lead from Zach Rattray White before the tyres are even up to temp. That is pure V8 aggression. Deeper in the pack, things get messy when Stephen Banks misjudges a high-line crossover and sends Scotty McKenzie spinning into traffic. Dirty air, wheel spin and chaos everywhere you looked. But the tactical masterstroke belonged to Lianage. As Zach starts fuel saving, Rayhan smells blood in the water, fresh tyres, late race pace and one massive send down the inside. Lianage steals the win in spectacular fashion. That is V8 racing at its absolute best. Over to Davo and J-Man at Matchfit Entertainment, bringing every moment of this V8 thriller to life. Next stop, Detroit Belle Isle. Concrete walls, brutal bumps, and zero room for mistakes. James from GAMAFLARE signing off. Keep the hammer down, and I'll catch you on the grid, legends.
Thank you, James, and welcome, viewers. Welcome all of our regular Matchfit Entertainment viewers and supporters, and of course, as always, our Channel 83 Sky 83 Face TV viewers as well for joining us here tonight on a Tuesday night. Tuesday nights at Matchfit Entertainment means we are with the SCNZ boys for their 2026 Allports V8 Supercars Autumn Series. Proudly sponsored, as always, obviously, from by Allports. GAMAFLARE fueling the whole deal, and weekly sponsor, I think, is the above mentioned Sky 83 this week. So yes, definitely welcomed there. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen. It's getting down to the pointy end of the season. We are at Detroit here tonight for round 10 in the 2026 Allport V8 Supercar Autumn Series. I'm Davo, J-Man across the desk once again tonight. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm jacked up, but like Archie, the mascot, the Matchfit mascot, he's pretty chuffed about it as well. Welcome. Mate. Welcome aboard, viewers, once again back in the V8 circles here at Belle Isle, Detroit, and this one is going to be an absolute ripper because the circuit has a nice mix of flow plus a little bit of technical parts to it. So tonight the format, the cars are out there underway for their qualifying session, and we'll start with that. So it's an all-in. Now, literally, a merger tonight,
yes,
Div 1 and Div 2 merge. So this one here is going to be fascinating for us up here in the comms, and also you guys viewing this one. Welcome aboard to everyone about to witness this spectacle as well, whether you be on YouTube or Sky 83 Face TV. I hope you enjoy this one, but it is a 15-minute all-in qualifying session. What that enables these drivers to do is 2 flying laps, so 1 out lap and 2 flyers to get the business done here in this 15-minute session. Then we'll go into heat 1. So back to the sprint format, Dave, as you mentioned, 15-minute time race here. So very much a sprint in that first one. No pit stops required in that one. Well, no mandatory ones anyway. Would expect maybe the odd guy to have to come in for some repairs, but getting amongst that. And then we'll go for a reverse top 15 for the feature, which will be a 35-minute timed race with that version of the top 15. And there is a CPS in that one. So pit window opens at the 10-minute mark and basically runs all the way through to the end. The cars are fuel sensitive, 35% here. Tow rule is in order. And I believe tonight, due to the nature of the racetrack, race control has allowed for a fast tow on your own, just so you're not blocking the track. So hopefully that keeps the flow of things going nicely, and that will be, well, that is the format. However, for me, fascinating stuff to see the likes of obviously Rattray White, Leonard, Dutch Bade, Brown, the usual suspects going at it. But for me tonight, Davo, I'm going to reflect a little bit on what is, the championship throughout the Div 2 as well, because we've got Jace Douglas leading that one over Mandela Pluck and over Phil Carpenter. That is the top three. However, Greenhall, Leon Fox, Heath Mann, Rob Carwood, all names that are familiar to you and I from seasons gone by when we started here and we were actually calling Div 2. So really looking to see how that shapes up. But in the interim, Rattray White, no surprise, has gone to the top on a 30.5. His day's done as far as the quality. He has run what he's got. Rayhan also in the lane, just slightly short of that mark by just under 4 tenths there. Andrew Dutch, just over 6 tenths of a second away. Russell Pepper with a good quality, 31.3. Still out there too, maybe by the look of it. I'll just have a look and see if his day's done. Or he's still into it. I think he might be done as well. Russell, I'll just bring up the cams. No, he's still into it. Look, one of the requests for these qualifying sessions, just to update the viewers, is that the drivers do drive them back to pit lane at the end. So that's why sometimes your broadcasting team may look at them and wonder if they're still on a flyer. However, just looking at the attitude of this car, I think he could be just...
There is some intricacy.
Read on the body language.
There is some intricacies, isn't there, J-Man, to the whole process. And look, even us, we're becoming more and more, as the weeks go by, more versed on the intricacies of iRacing. But, like some of this stuff, like we've really got to stay up with it to be on the money. But look, again, we at a street circuit, J-Man just covered off, there's some leniencies or some, maybe some slight changes to the rule, so to speak, around toes and the like for the night to try and make things, I suppose, flow a little bit better. Obviously, Div 1 and Div 2 together for the last 2 rounds of the season, like J-Man just covered off as well. So a lot more cars on track. Detroit, we did call Detroit, I think, it's a long time ago, J-Man, I think when we first cut our teeth with the Division 2 stuff here. But look, it's a pretty short and sweet and fairly wide street circuit. So the guys actually do have a little bit of wriggle room, don't they, here, as far as street circuits go. However, the pit entry, as usual, in a lot of the US street circuits is pretty short and sharp. And the guys do not have a lot of time. So I'm sure there'll be a little bit of, communication between the drivers about who and when is coming into said pit lane. J-Man, as the night goes on, we will start to cover off a little bit of, like we've mentioned, we've got the Div 2 boys here tonight joining in, not only tonight but next week as well. So look, we've sort of got to cover off a little bit about, who's running, like at the top end of that Div 2 field as well. And I'm sure we will see those guys, if not in the top 10, very close to it. You mentioned reverse grid again, back to the heat races. We've been doing 55-minute solo races for the last 4 weeks, I think, maybe even 5 weeks, J-Man. Reverse grids. Wow. Just buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This always gets exciting, and we are so looking forward to this. Time is ticking down, though, J-Man. Who have you got eyes on there, brother?
At the moment, Mandela Pluck on the move there, just sees himself go into 9th spot, and that's important.
Very nice.
Talked about Div 2 merging with Div 1, and Jason Douglas, who has finished his qualifying, is in 8th position, and he is leading that championship for Div 2.
Wow.
Mandela Pluck is in 2nd, and then 3rd place is Phil Carpenter. Now, he's qualified down in P14 at the moment, so he's got a few Div 1 drivers in between them, namely Roger Forbett, Michael Gunstone, Scotty McKenzie, and then we'd see Heath Mann in there as well. So Mann operating from 6th in the championship hunt at the moment, and I believe this is, just looking at Mandela here, just to see how many laps he has completed. Can't tell. I think he's still on a heater here. This could be the second. Nah, that was it. It's all done. It's all done. So he qualifies behind. So intermittently, obviously, I'm still getting used to the Div 2 names. We can definitely see 2 inside the 10. Jason Douglas and Mandela Pluck definitely in there. However, all those before them, Jones, Brown, Bay, Pepperell, Dutch, Leonage, and White, usual suspects for Div 1 stakes there. So good to see. And yeah, going back down from, I think, Marn, Carpenter, Simpson, and then Callahan, Cossey, Emon, Young, Blake Greenhall, Ian Parker. So good representation tonight from Div 2, actually.
Absolutely. I mean, these guys will be loving this, actually, getting to play with the big boys here tonight. And look, we like I mentioned earlier, we sort of cut our teeth, didn't we, here at Matchfit Entertainment with Supercars NZ via streaming live the Div 2 part of the series, and we got to know a lot of these guys, and look, and the fan base that comes behind these guys with them. So the guys at the pointy end of Div 2, no slouches, and definitely only, like, by probably the smallest margin, would normally be in the Div 2 part of the series. So definitely good work from everybody involved here.
Fitzy on a lap.
Fitzy, definitely on a lap. Always.
He's towing Robbie Bradbury with him as well. I think it is. Is it the Bradbury car? It looks very similar to the Banks car, actually.
Yes, it is Bradbury. Yes, it is Bradbury, J-Man. You are absolutely correct there. Two stunning looking cars there, Chevy and the Chevy Camaro, Blake Fitz. Unmistakable. Bright green, high-vis Chevy with Bradbury's beautiful looking Pacific Ford, the Pacific Esports Racing Ford Mustang. J-Man, what do you got eyes on? Oh, Bradbury actually up into 20th there. He made a massive jump. Edgar, another stunning looking car. We've got to talk about, if we're talking about stunning looking cars, Edgar and the Canterbury Removal boys never fail to deliver. Like, these guys, man, every time, these guys have got some of the best looking cars out on track. Darren Lobb, late to the server, J-Man, as we see him circulating. The time must be running out. Where are we? We're nearly 13 minutes into a 15-minute qualifying.
Just over 2 minutes.
He'd want to get a wriggle along, wouldn't he?
Yeah, so news from the pit lane, and, we cover off all things good and bad. I can tell you this one will sting a little bit. I talked about Jason Douglas and Mandela Pluck being battling for this title hunt here for the Div 2. Jason Douglas just out-qualified Mandela Pluck, and then Fitz actually jumped in between those two. But Jason Douglas, actually with a pit lane start due to a qualifying infringement, and I tell you what, that is going to create some work for him off the back of what appears to be around about a 30, or we could probably call it 32, 33 car field here.
Yep.
So with obviously Lobby just coming in. So this one here is going to be a late push for Darren Lobb to fire in a time here. He's got, what's he got, a minute and 15 seconds. Just try and pick up where he is on track. Okay, so Lobby has just come across the line. So he's going to get
14th there, provisionally. Fitz still out on track. And now, and look, mind you, Fitz into the top 10 in 9th. Nice work.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. So he grabs that spot, as I mentioned, in between Douglas and Pluck. However, Douglas going to be removed from the grid there and start off the back.
And so Lobby's done, and Oh no, he's not. He's still circulating.
No, he's into it.
So Douglas J-Man, a qualifying infringement. And look, if I'm not right, please correct me, either J-Man or one of our learned viewers. Look, qualifying infringement could only surely be that he's run an extra lap.
Oh, it could have been passing. It could have been potential. There's no passing in qualifying unless instructed. So I think there's a fair bit that goes on around there. There's a few ways that they can. Yeah, there's a few ways that they can infringe in a qualifying situation. And look, if race control have tuned in, maybe drop us one in the chat box above.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely,
sure. And that is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. And we are very, very shortly going to go to the heat race. Let me just see if we can get something going on here that might just show where the boys are. Finishing positions in qualifying, provisional positions. Oh, God, I could probably resize that a little bit better next week. There is the top 20, ladies and gentlemen, if you can read that. Davo, still got some work to do.
Yeah, that's an easy one. We could sort that, surely.
Yeah.
However, yeah. So we see it there. Rattray White over Leonard, Dutch, Pepperell, Bay, Brown, Jones, Douglas. Well, soon to be Fitz will take that spot. Mandela Buck, Forbit, Gunstone, McKenzie, Lob, Heath Mann, Carpenter, Simpson, Radford, Callahan, and let's call it Robbie Bradbury to make the top 20. And that will set the grid for the top 20. It goes further than that. Can't tell you. It actually looks more like to the tune of, I think we're going to say 34.
Yeah,
I think is the number. It's around 34. So good merger here for the team. And look, there's a little bit at stake tonight, as we mentioned, Div 1 and Div 2 combined, and some bragging rights for the Div 2 boys to get up there and run pretty hard with these Div 1 boys. But look, Rattray White, Leonage, they've shown over the past weeks that they're prepared to go at it pretty hard. Leonage getting the upper hand last round, and just a little bit better fuel management. The lights are up. I'll give it to Davo.
Lights are up, ladies and gentlemen. Round 10 here at Detroit Supercars NZ 2026. Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series. And look at the run in the background. There's someone damn near on the line. I think that might have been
Douglas.
It was Douglas. J-Man. And or Lob going backwards there. Look at that field of cars, ladies and gentlemen. Down the longest straight part of the circus. And we've got one around and a few into the back. That has not phased
Simpson.
That has not phased Zach White, Rian, Andrew Dutch, Jensen Bade, Russell Pepperell, and the like, who have just walked away. Will Brown, Ryan Jones, and Blake Fitz rounding out that top 8 there, and ran away from that little situation there. Big gap there from Fitz to Forbit. Stone around. So I would suspect a lot going on in the background here. We will see potentially a yellow flag here, like a safety car situation here, J-Man. I'm not sure. A lot to unpack so far.
I'm listening intently. Race control is busy. That you could see that was a little bit of a move there, and it was maybe Gunstone and Pluck as well. I was about to call you in, Davo, and say, man, check out the action here around that top 10. It was pretty busy. Rattray White's got away to a beautiful start. Already gained himself 1.2 second lead over Ray Hahn, who's got Andrew Dutch, who we called early before we started the broadcast. The 87 car looked like he was really comfy around the streets of Belle Isle here tonight. Jensen Bade, no surprises that he's in the mix. Russell Pepperell's been performing particularly well.
Absolutely. A lot to unpack from that. That is Stefan Adams actually showing up on my data as a crashed vehicle as well in the background. We're going to just let these first couple of laps just get, let's just let these guys get into a groove, and we will go, rest assured, viewers, we will go back and review some of these incidents.
Yeah. Dylan Radford on the move as well. Some good moves going on back down there. This is down in the 20th to sort of 23rd lobby territory as well. I think maybe lobby's a little bit further back, so maybe even 20th. So yeah, Eamon Young, Dylan Radford, Jason Douglas. Good battle going on back there. Those guys are racing like it's the last lap already.
Yep. Yeah, so Lob, we did see Lob qualify extremely late, but I think he was one of the boys that just didn't quite get off the line as we see some of the first pit stops, J-Man. Guys rolling on in now. Just pick up on Wilson, then Antoon. That little battle going on behind that Russell and Douglas battle. Now remember, is it Douglas, J-Man, leader of the Div 2 at the moment? So
yeah, and he's just going down the inside.
No, that's not Douglas. That's Douglas trying to stay out of that as he's got the bird's eye view.
Oh, Antoon on the fence.
And so that was Russell forcing his way past one of the Div 1 drivers in Antoon.
Yeah, that's Jason Douglas with them as well.
Yeah,
he's
so
in the
Douglas,
scouting car.
Douglas literally just sat back and goes, look, I'm not going to get involved with that. And just watched it all unfold in front of him there. And just stayed out of it. But now he pounces, gets Russell, gets that sorted.
Well, he's doing a good job for sure. Making his way back forward, and he'll have eyes up the road. And Mandela Pluck, though, currently, I think, P10, so he's got a little bit of work to do. Douglas, 23rd, so good first outing.
Absolutely, J-Man. Let us now just quickly... Oh, look, we've got a few seconds here. If nothing's too bad's going on here, let's just unpack a little bit of what happened here. This is Dylan Radford that we're just picking up on here in one of the Reaper Racing cars. On the inside there, and I think this is what started it all here, is the Pepsi Max car going around, and it just went mental, I tell you. And you can see from the carnage there, I think Simpson got involved, Carpenter got involved, a lot of cars damaged through that little exchange there. The next was the Brooke Wilson incident here. We're just going to pick up on this quickly. We won't just dwell on too much of this. Looks like Wilson there. Very, very deep. That is Antoon and a couple of the other drivers we were just calling before. Actually, that's Antoon into the side of Wilson. And they're just coming up onto the back of that whole melee that went down there in the opening lap. Gunstone here also just quickly here. So at the usual mayhem that goes on in a street circuit when you put 35 plus cars on track here. And these guys just looking for a little bit of space there. And I think that might have been Is that lob getting tangled up with that? I am not sure, J-Man. I think it is the 39 car also. So, plenty going on, ladies and gentlemen, and we will try and keep you updated as best as possible here. Actually, this is another little quick one here. The camera guys did want me to have a quick look at Stefan Adams here in one of the official Simplex cars here, having a little moment as well before we go back live, and he has literally missed his brake mark and run on. So nothing to see here, people. So we go back, Leon Fox now running in 17th position. I think we've got, I don't know whether it's a little bit of a techie issue here up in the comms box here, but Jensen Bade not in his regular car, J-Man. I'm not sure what you're seeing on screen, but Bade in a licorice striped black and white car at the moment. So
yeah, that might be a you problem.
It might be a me problem, but we'll work on that during the break, because this race will not go long. We are already halfway, J-Man.
Yeah, and for me, it's been a great battle as you've been running through, keeping the viewers updated between Michael Gunstone, Shane Edgar, Robbie Bradbury was in there, and I think Jason Cossey's in there as well. So that's been a nice little trade there. The South Canterbury removal cars flying in formation there, out there tonight. So that's cool stuff. However, at the top of town, we got a quote at 1:31.3, fastest lap of the race, held by Racho White, and does have a nice 1.9 second lead over Rehan Leonage at the moment. And then equally the same gap back from Leonage is Andrew Dutch. Jensen Bade, who we just mentioned, has still got company with Russell Pepperell, Will Brown, and Ryan Jones has the pleasure of the neon Blake Fitz right behind him, as per usual. It's never hard to find Fitzy out on the racetrack.
No. That car easily recognisable, and yeah, look, very much tucked up under the rear wing of Brown there, as we just get a little bit of exposure for the Fitz car there.
Yep.
Always a fan favourite. 686 car.
So, Pluck, Mandela tucked right on the back of Ian Parker now. It's another car that caught our attention earlier, the Camel-inspired car there. And that's a good little battle going on. Mandela sitting in 16th spot.
Yeah, in behind Ian Parker there, J-Man, and you're correct. Well, it is a camel-inspired, old-school camel-inspired livery there, but it is one of the official Auto FI cars there, who is a regular weekly sponsor here at Supercars NZ for their V8 Supercar Series. So, yes, big shout out to those boys. Auto FI, if you want automotive finance, get in touch with these boys. They do all sorts of stuff. Bloody jet skis and caravans and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, definitely get in touch with those guys if you're looking for automotive finance in NZ. J-Man, so Mandela, Pluck, all sorts of pressure, and he's not letting up either. Oh, he's going to have a crack. Oh, it looked like Parker just gave it to him. Oh, and he's giving it to him rightly so, because he's probably gone way too deep. Now vulnerable to Leon Fox.
Yeah.
So these boys playing hard. And where are we in this? Like, this is 15, 16, 17th, respectively, for these three boys here that we're calling. And these guys are fighting it out like they're running for the top spot in the championship. Talking about championship, let's get up the pointy end, J-Man. Zach Rattray White running away. Rian Leonage has literally, stayed with him, yes, at a distance, yes, but he has been able to gap Andrew Dutch, Jensen Bade, Russell Pepperell, and the like. Will Brown there as well. So that is a formidable top 5 or 6 cars there, J-Man. And look, we've been calling this all season. These guys do not muck around. Sometimes it can just be the tracks that these guys are frequenting week to week, that they seem, for some reason, some guys just like some tracks, some guys don't hook up on others, but always spectacular. Fitzy, the next little group of cars is the Ryan Jones, Blake Fitz and Roger Forbett battle there. And don't forget Forbett, one of the Misfits cars. Another fan favourite. Callahan, Passion, SIMRACIng, the DDSL Digital Bogans, Jason Cossey, Michael Gunstone in one of the Canterbury removal cars. Stunning looking Penrite inspired car with the Shell car tucked in behind J-Man. What do you have eyes on? Talk to me, brother.
The time is ticking down.
It is.
Russell Pepperell has got the memo and has
He's
really
up the
started to
ante.
apply the blowtorch onto the back of Bade now as well. Bade normally comes with plenty of support in the chat box.
He does.
And,
he does.
I don't know where they all are tonight, but their man is under attack at the moment. Russell looking super racy with what do we got? 13,
a minute
25
and a
through
half.
there, so we've not got long to go, so he knows it's about this lap or the next one, and he is really starting to fire it up at the moment. Retro White's got this thing under control, back out to 1.8, was down to 1.5. Dutch is around about 4.1 away from Rehan, so it's all about Bade Pepperell at the moment for these top 4, top 5. Will Brown's just a whisker away from that. Did see that Mandela had made that move, I think at the time, I think it was just looking through, if I look down through my data, actually I've lost him there. Not sure why. Okay.
Who have you lost there, J-Man?
I lost Mandela there for a second, but I got him back. He's P13. He did make it past Ian Parker.
Okay, so
might be as far as he gets up, but that's an important one as well because
it is absolutely.
Jason Douglas is still sitting, by my calculations, back in 21, tucked up and behind Blake Greenhall as well. So every position valuable for those guys. But with 15 seconds to go, where is Racho White on the racetrack?
Well, that's right. That is the question.
So 17, he's about to come across. Well, he's just come across the line, I think. Just give me a look there. Just try and pick up where he is. 17.
No, not quite.
Not quite. It's time up. Has he come across the line?
It looks like he's still racing, J-Man.
He is.
So it is time up, but yet to make it to the line. That is Leonage in the background there. Well in touch.
There he goes. Job and knock for Retro White over Leonage. And then Dutchy claims the sweets for third. Jensen Bade with Pepperell on the outside.
Pepperell, they were working hard for that, weren't they?
Mate, he had a good run at that. It was close to the line for Pepperell. Brownie not too far away. Ryan Jones next over Fitzy.
So great race for Fitz and Forbett actually there, J-Man.
Yep.
I think a little bit of carnage early in that race really did put him in good stead for some top positions there. Jason Cossey, Michael Gunstone, Shane Edgar, Robbie Bradbury, Mandela Pluck rounding out the 15. And look, the list goes on. Parker, Fox, Radford, Young, Douglas, Greenhall, Lynch, Wilson, Lobb, Simpson, Antoon, McKenzie, McDonald, Marn. Actually, Marn didn't even come up on our radar. Look, we're massive fans of young Heath Marn. Stephen Adams getting tangled up early as well. Here we got Russell, Thomas Carpenter, and the like. J-Man, over 30 cars out on track tonight. Hectic here at Detroit. That is the heat race done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. And that will give me a chance to hopefully do a bit of a reset on our visual stuff here. And obviously, thank all our viewers once again for joining us here tonight. And supporting Supercars NZ and supporting Matchfit in the process. Make sure you hit the like button, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're watching on anywhere but Matchfit Entertainment's YouTube, just get your butts over to the Matchfit Entertainment. This is where it's all coming from here, is the Matchfit Entertainment YouTube channel here. We're sharing it with the other guys. So if you want to be a true Matchfit Entertainment supporter, just get your butts over here and like it on our channel and hit the subscribe button and the notifications. We do stream up to 4 times a week. And we want everybody involved, ladies and gentlemen. So get your butts over here. Look, we've got a couple of things we need to talk about. This one, straight up, while we're in an intermission here, is the Get a Sim competition. Free to enter, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, GAMAFLARE, Supercars NZ, Matchfit Entertainment, Sim Blacks and Mozza Racing. All of the right people to get involved with something like this. The free to enter Get a Sim competition. Look at that there, ladies and gentlemen. Get your phones out, scan that QR code, and you could win that. I think we are drawing that, is it next week or maybe the week after? There is some terms and conditions. It is, I think, New Zealand only winners, but definitely sign up, get your entries in. But we are going to draw that prize in the next week or so. And you too could be racing V8 supercars, all 640 horsepower V8 supercar around Detroit next season in that bit of kit. Great incentive for you guys to get involved, whether you want to upgrade your gear or you're just getting involved now. The Get a Sim competition, definitely worth signing up for, J-Man. What else we got going on? What else have we got going on is this. We have the Matchfit events, Modelo 450. That is coming up on July the 5th. 2.5 hours of awesomeness in GT3 cars around the beautiful Mugello circuit. Big prize money. Look, what better way to spend your Sunday afternoon than to rock up on July 5th and get amongst it with the boys. $2,000 prize pool. We have got proper, beautiful big trophies. We give away a little bit of free merch, and you too could go in the draw to be a part of a $2,000 prize pool. I think these guys, these guys I say, but us, we prize money out to I think all of the top 10 there, so awesome stuff. Look, and we, what do we do on a Wednesday night? What do we do on a Wednesday night, you ask? We stream, and we are absolutely involved and all over the Supercars NZ brand new special Porsche Cup Series. The graphic's a little bit old because it says it starts on May the 6th, but it's nearly over. I think it's the last round tomorrow night. And if you want to get involved, even if it's just for one round, scan that up there and get involved. This was a little bit of a tester for the Supercars NZ boys. Is anybody interested in racing Porsche Cups? Hey, is anybody? And the answer is yes, ladies and gentlemen. They've had over 40 drivers over every week for 4 weeks. And I expect no less tomorrow night here at Supercars NZ in their Porsche Cup Series. And so if you want to get involved and get amongst it in a Porsche Cup car, definitely scan that code, get involved with that. And look, just get over, look, to the Supercars NZ Discord, get onto the Matchfit Events Discord as well, sign up for the Modelo 450, and just generally get involved with everything at Matchfit, Supercars NZ, and the like, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope we have got our little sneaky graphics issue. I think it was only Jensen Bade we were struggling with there, J-Man. But we are just going to, before these guys go live, because it's going to be any moment now, we need to
Give the hamsters another Red Bull.
Oh yeah, or something. We go. I tell you what, Davo needs a Red Bull. I tell you, got a bit of a man flu at the moment. You can probably hear it in my voice. It's only Tuesday, and I'm over it already. I tell you, the voice is packing it in, J-Man. But here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to hit go on the feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, top, what is it, 15? Reverse grid?
Yeah, so an inverted 15, so it's certainly put...
It's going to get busy. It's going to get busy.
Mandela Pluck in the hot seat. So we posed the question off camera earlier what it would look like, whether the inverted 15 would be all Div 1. It is certainly not that. We can see that Mandela Pluck is in there. So well done to him. And then if we just scroll down through the list and have a little look to see who else is in there.
Here we go. Lights are about to go green, ladies and gentlemen, on the feature race here.
Green flag.
2026 SCNZ Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series. And, wait for it. There's always action in the back of the field. Blake Fitz already passed Jones. It's not over yet. We got Pepperell in the background with Brown, Bade still in the black and white car from me. Look at them fan out. There is 4 wide down into the braking area at the end of the straight here. Oh my. Have they all got through in one piece? No, they haven't. They nearly did. I think that's Leon Fox getting turned or half turned. I'm surprised.
Yeah, Daryl Callahan stepped out of line there in one of the Passion cars as well. So not sure what happened where. We just got a little bit loose. But look at this. The moves there for me. Russell Pepperell holding off Racho White. Ray Hans on the march. Fitz not happy out there. He's currently P7, but he's a little bit something going on. But Mandela Pluck with the race lead by way of the inverted grid gets the clean air with Shane Ecker, Robbie Bradbury, Cossey, Jones, Gunstone, and then Fitz. So that's the running order up to 7th. Then Forbett, Leonard. Well, that's just changed as well because Leonard skips another one.
Yeah. Look like Forbett actually just stepped aside there, J-Man. We are with a really aggressive brake move down on the inside. Forbett just like, yeah, no, you can have that, brother.
Offensive.
And here they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like offensive, not offensive. That's right. It's all in the pronunciation. Here we go. Will Brown with Zach White. J-Man. Now, look, this is really where the action is, isn't it? This Russell Pepperell, Zach White, Will Brown little fight here. And as
he's here from Brownie on Forbett. Can he pull it off? He's still got the overlap for the next right-hander. Sends it down in there.
That'll hold up White here. White trying to go with there. You can see him tucked right up. Right.
Still not done.
Look at White trying to stay attached to the back of Brown's car there.
And this is hard. This is hard for Forbett because
Pepperell.
Every time this happens, just keeps him off a line. Pepperell with overlap now, so it's just compounding here. Gets the car back down on the race line. Looks to defend as they come up now to what'll be turn 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is a tricky infield part as they came off.
And so look, Forbett's still got Pepperell, Dutch, Bade, Lob behind him, J-Man. It doesn't stop there. He's got to keep his wits about him. He's got to keep the car pointing in the right direction, keep it off the bloody walls, but then he's got to concentrate on these boys that are continually attacking the back. of him. So very, very tricky stuff for everybody involved here. That's Marn very sideways in the auto FI car there. Pluck just making a run, and we see this week in, week out, don't we? With these reverse grids, with these short format racing, where the boys really do take advantage of that pole position, don't they? So Mandela, Shane away, first, second, Ryan Jones not holding back. Bradbury doing an awesome job. Cossey doing an awesome job. Then there's Gunstone. And then here comes some of the cream. It is coming through the pack. The first of being Rian Leonard. Can they keep him out, J-Man? How long? And if they can, how long? Take some patience here. Just got to be patient. Easier said than done, I tell you. Oh, there it is, and there it is. That looked like Rian trying to readdress something there. He may have turned. Who would that have been? That wasn't Ford. It was Gunston, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, that is unfortunate. Let's just see if we can get a little sneaky beak on this one here. So now Gunston no slouch, but just leaving the door ever so slightly open there for Rian. Rian just poking the nose of the Mustang down there just enough. Slight contact on the rear quarter there. That's all it takes. Heavily loaded car there. And
yeah,
Gunston around.
Back with it. Bradbury, Brown, Retro White, Leonard, Fitz.
Oh, look at Brown and Rattray White here, side by side. Bradbury has got a whole mirror, like just full of. Look at all three of them there, and they got Fitz in the background.
Oh, it's freight train.
Oh. Oh, it's brutal to watch. These guys not, and look, in street circuit terms, this is actually, they've got a little bit of room to move here. But look, just look over the rear wing. That rear camera shot there that we're picking up on now out of Bradbury's car. There is not a lot of space here, to be honest, ladies and gentlemen. Bam! There you go. Rattray White through. Gets Bradbury out of the way. He needs that. He needs that gap. He knows the boys behind him will struggle with Bradbury. Bradbury showing great pace, J-Man.
Yeah, 79 copping a drive through for that early instant with Michael Gunstone as well, Davis. So that's going to remove Rayhan from effectively this battle, as he still looks to press on, try and get up the inside here of Will Brown.
And I think that's that corner. That was exactly that corner that we had that little short, small incident on.
So Edgar.
Look at Pepperell in the background. Sorry, J-Man.
Leads the race now over Mandela Pluck. So that's an important one there for Shane Edgar.
Forbit is so amongst it here still. He's just like, he's really pushing back on the likes of Lobb and Callahan here. He's not giving it up, mate. Oh, hard hits from Lobb on the wall. Massive hit for Lobb on the wall. Rian rolling into the pit lane, J-Man. I suspect to take that penalty. Get it out of the way. Rip that Band-Aid off quickly and get out there and get back amongst it. Let's just get up on here. Let's just have a look.
Front three. Yeah, jump to the front three, Davo. There's definitely a show going on there. Ryan Jones, Mandela Pluck, Shane Edgar. The 3 breakaways, and they've got 5 seconds over Retro White. So watch that margin deplete as well now that Retro White has dispatched Jason Cossey and gets a whole bunch of, like I said, it is effectively 5 seconds
of clean air.
Of clean air up to Ryan Jones, and he'll make the best of this. And he's already in there on a 32.0 last lap around. So car's dialed up. He knows his immediate competition has just had to make an unscheduled run down through pit lane. And probably his nearest other rival would be probably Jonesy or William Brown.
So that's Jones on Pluck, is it? Yes, that was Jones on Pluck. So nice work there. And look, we're actually, we'll get over the rear wing again of Pluck's car now, because he's on the back end of that that trio there. And look, you can just pick up, that's what 5+ seconds or 5 odd seconds looks like. Yeah, that is Retro White's car. You can see, just get a glimpse of it every now and then, and he will come in hot. He will come in quick. That will not be a speck in the distance soon. That will be a Chevy right up under the rear wing of Mandela Pluck's car. Cossey doing a stellar job to hold his position, still in 5th position. Will Brown on his way though. Blake Fitz, as is Robbie Bradbury, doing a stunning job actually to keep out the likes of Pruill and Dutch. I mean, like, seriously, let's get over the rear wing of Bradbury's car here. These guys do not muck around, J-Man. Tight little tricky little street circuit here. As always, plenty of action. Reverse grid here in the feature, J-Man. Exciting as always. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're not watching on Matchfit Entertainment, get over to the Matchfit Entertainment YouTube channel. Get to the source, ladies and gentlemen. The proper, the hot sauce that's at Matchfit Entertainment. And get over here and hit the like and subscribe button and hit your notifications so you can keep up with everything that goes on with Matchfit Entertainment.
That gap now, Retro White to Mandela Pluck, 1.5 seconds.
Wow.
We talked about it being 5, now it's 1.5 and closing.
And look how Pluck has dropped away from Jones and Edgar there too, J-Man. We can see it because we're just getting off the roof cam of Zach's car. And you can see Pluck. Now, as soon as Jones was passed, he literally just got out of it. The boys clearly had a little bit more pace. Edgar next in the crosshairs for Ryan Jones. And let's get a little bit of a sticky beak on what that looks like. Here we go. This tricky little left to right here. And we've seen a few of the guys just getting tangled up. I think Rian was one of them, J-Man. The Edgar car, stunning looking car. South Canterbury Removals cars, always immaculately presented. That look, Nick, I think we need to give a prize. I think we're going to have to give out some Matchfit prizes. J-Man, remember when we used to give out Matchfit prizes for the best cars that on track?
Here we go.
Voted by us, and there it is.
Against the wall, Hard's looking for a switchback here.
He didn't give it away, did he?
No.
these guys at it.
And Rehan on the back of Mandela now as well. So still
Oh,
good
that's
battle going on.
that's Zach there, J-Man on the back of Mandela. And no surprise. Like we thought, you know, like he was going to come in, and he was going to come in hot. And the pressure's on. Mandela, I think, really did struggle with just the pressure from Ryan Jones. Like, Zach Rattray White is next level pressure. This guy will be relentless in the Chevy.
So obviously the pit window is open.
Jones, J-Man to interrupt Jones with a little bit of overlap. It's actually forced Edgar wide. Edgar holds his own. But again, oh, there's overlap and it's out. It's on. He's round.
Yeah, I think if you're Jones, you press on, you leave that one to race control, you race what's in front of you. There's nothing more you can do at the moment. So Edgar's going to light up on the radio, no doubt.
And in a very awkward position on the track there too, J-Man. That could have...
Check your phone. And, yeah, so that one has come through. It is hot.
Oh, yeah, these guys were playing for keeps, J-Man. So that has allowed in that little melee there, and we'll try and pick up on it here. Where is it? Zach past. Either way, Zach obviously passed Mandela in the process as everything washes out there as well. Wow, man, it's so difficult to keep up with some of this stuff. Oh, look, these guys are going hard at it. Just when we think the boys are settled into a little bit of a rhythm, it just, well, basically they just prove us wrong. They just throw stuff out at us. There's Foreman, I think, into the pit lane, J-Man, as is Callahan, showing on my data as well. So we're starting to see first of the compulsory pit stops, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do have some movement in there now, and we'll try and get a read on what that looks like. And just going through at the moment, just as the data settles from these pit lane exchanges, you can see Rehan moving up the grid. However, had that pit lane drive through, so discount the number there for Rehan. We talked about pit lane opens at the 10-minute mark and then closes off basically at the end of the race, so no stress once you pass the 10-minute mark. Now, what does it look like? So just trying to get a read on some of these times. Okay, here we go. So very, very fast. The requirement is to be stationary in the box, Davo, and then literally press on out. We know the cars are at 35% fuel capacity, so they are sensitive to this race distance.
Yep.
Oh, hang on a sec.
So basically, sorry,
sorry, mate. Car 11, that incident, I was waiting for the unpack of that. That was Ryan Jones.
That is Jones.
Shane Edgar. He was deemed at fault there. So there's a drive-through for Ryan Jones, and that made what was already pretty easy, I think, for Rattray White to get the business done there. So he sees himself to the lead of the race. Pit stops-wise, I want to talk about Heath Mann, half a second on the jacks. Is the number that I'm seeing, if that's
really?
That's correct. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. 0.057.
Well, let's just get up a little bit of data on what's going on there. Where is Heath Barn? Let me find Heath Barn in my vast list of drivers here. There. And so, yes, well, I'm not showing, with the data's not showing that on my screen, J-Man. We are struggling to keep up. Heath Barn showing as a 14.7 on the pit time.
Yeah, you got a 0.57 with a 7.2 for me for Heath Martin, so I'm not sure what the deal is there. I can tell Stefan Adams was 4.5 seconds at 11.7. So I'm not sure whether my data maybe needs an update, Dave. I might stay away from that tonight then and just let you know when they've come in. But certainly lap 10 for Adams, Simpson, Carpenter, Fox, also a lap 10 stopper. Heath Martin at lap 10. We've got a fair few lap 11 drivers as well, starting to filter through as well. However, importantly for this one, Rache White bangs another 32.082 in to be, I feel like that's almost a matched fastest lap there, unless I've missed something maybe from, where is young Rayhan? Has he lit up the totals as well? Rayhan 31.243. That's why it wasn't magenta, is because Rayhan has the number. So it sees Rache White first, Dutch in second, Darren Lobb in third, Ryan Jones, Fitzy. Oh no, we've got a fair bit of movement on the totem at the Shitty as we speak. It is actually Rache White, Pluck, Will Brown, Andrew Dutch just come to the lane, so Pepperell jumps up at the fourth. Fair bit of filtering out during this phase of the race, this mandatory CPS, a requirement of being stationary in the box and doing it very, very quick. I'm wondering if that number is pretty correct, 2.68 for Ryan Jones. Now, that would have likely been the drive-through, so...
yeah, I suspect so. And is that what we potentially saw from that other number that you were calling there earlier, J-Man, as well?
Could have been. It could have been with Heath Martin. Like a very efficient stop if it was one.
and that's potentially why on our totem timing it actually doesn't show, either, because it's actually a penalty either drive through or stop go. So
yeah,
Canberra's now on Will Brown, J-Man, yes.
No, yeah, I was right there with you, mate. So great minds think alike. Mandela, Pluck, William Brown. Now this is a fantastic performance. Obviously the first time that you and I have ever got the luxury of calling Div 1 and Div 2, and you can see it hard at work here with Mandela, Pluck holding out William Brown at the moment. Both drivers sorry, just picking up on race control.
A little bit of race control. So J-Man has a direct line of communication with race control. And so when the boys start barking in race control, J-Man definitely listens to what's going on. So we can keep you viewers updated on what's going on. Because, look, on nights like tonight, there is a lot going on. And not only us, we're trying to unpack it, but we're obviously trying to unpack it for you guys so we can relay all of that information to our viewers here. And thank you, our viewers. Thank you, all of our Matchfit Entertainment supporters that tune in night after night throughout the week for us. Thank you, all our Sky 83 Face TV viewers as well for tuning in once again this week. And, look, man, if you want some good V8 supercar sim racing action, this is the place to come. So you're definitely on the money there. Zach, Rache White, leader of the race in the pit lane, J-Man.
Yeah, and nicely timed too as he presses on through that phase of the race. What have we got? Just around 12 and a half minutes remaining in the session, I believe, somewhere around there.
Oh, Jesus, it's that close. It's gone that quickly.
Yep.
Action aplenty. We see parts of a car. We're just picking up on Rache White there, running down the back straight there. Past, I don't know. That looked like the front end of a Chevy or maybe a Mustang sitting there up against the wall. So a little bit of debris, J-Man.
Yeah, a bit of debris, mate, a bit of debris.
So
I like it.
We must applaud Mandela Pluck actually doing a stellar job. I don't think he's had his pit stop yet. So his third position will no doubt change sometime soon. Let's just bring up those details here. Well, he has made his stop, so...
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job.
Zach J. White leading the race. Will Brown in second. Mandela Pluck tucked in the just in behind those guys. No slouch here tonight. Russell Pepperell in the TTR car. The VRS, Andrew Dutch, Ryan Jones, Darren Lobb. The South African Rian Leonage across the line after a tough start to the race. Making some contact there early. I think it might have been with, was it Forbett, J-Man? I don't think it was Forbett actually. It might have been somebody else there. Gunstone, I think it was. Having to do a drive-through back at 8th. Jason Cozzi in the DDSL Digital Bogans car. We love that name. Thank you, Jason, for bringing that to our broadcast. You we will applaud you. And Scott McKenzie, J-Man, in one of our favourite teams, the Misfits Racing Team. Holding down 10th position at the moment, so nice work there from Macca, Scott McKenzie. Well done, my friend. Blake Fitz, not too far behind. He looks like he's got a out of position car in between himself and McKenzie. Jensen Bade in a 12. Rocking a very privateer style paint job. Well, at least on the broadcast he is tonight. Roger Forbett in 13, Shane Edgar. And then we saw Shane Edgar in the fence there after a little bit of a sneaky exchange there with, I think it was, wasn't even Brown. Who was it? It was maybe Jones. I'm not sure. Heath Marn back in 16th. I skipped one, I think. Oh, that was Michael Gunstone. Yes, in the Penrite, in one of the South Canterbury Removals cars. Terry Russell, Leon Fox, Phil Carpenter, Stephen Adams. And the list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. The list goes on. We've got a couple of crashes here. Let's try and pick up on a crash. See what happened here. Matt McDonald, and a lot of these things that are coming up on a data, as simple stuff like this, these guys just missing their breaker marker totally, and either running into, well, usually the runoff, but every now and then making contact with the wall there. There's a bit of runoff action from Shane White. And I think the last one here is Darryl Callahan. Actually, it looks like he is struggling with an already very damaged car. So, back to the action, live, ladies and gentlemen. J-Man, what do you got eyes on? Zach White just running away with it here now.
Yeah, no, he's doing his usual stuff here, mate, and really put the effort in. I think, and stayed nice and safe early when all the drama was going on. I think when obviously Ray Hunt had that incident with Gunstone, and pressed on. But beautiful drive from William Brown, and Mandela Pluck doing a nice job. Russell Pepperell's no slouch. He's been in the winner's circuit a few times before, so it's looking good with 7.5 minutes left to run.
Wow.
Still a lot of pressure to come though, and Dutch, Jones, Lobb, Rehan on the comeback. You could see him back there in the distance.
Yeah,
good fight back.
Yeah, look, we've been praising Pluck, for his efforts so far tonight, but he's not out of the fire yet. Here is he, J-Man, with Pepperell in the background. You can see the white gloves of Pepperell at the wheel over the rear wing of Pluck's car. And just the smooth inputs that Pepperell was delivering is what makes these guys so quick. They're just so calm behind the wheel, aren't they? really just getting it done.
Here we
Smooth as
go.
silk. Here we go. And
Gets
there
the
it
drive
is.
down the inside.
Pluck, pluck. He had the overlap. He had to give it to him, didn't he?
Yeah. A little bit of disconnection in the rear from Mandela there. Just was all the invitation that Russell Pepperell needed right then. So still lots of close racing going on as we head towards the final 5 to close this one out. So 6 minutes 20 remaining. And Mandela, he's still got pressure coming from Dutch and Jones, and he's probably hoped those guys are going to have a bit of a discussion about real estate so that he can just claim his piece.
Surely.
And Lob will have eyes on the mirror because Rayhan's coming, and he is the fast guy out there.
He is. So, Rian, look, where are we at? We've got about a little over 5 minutes yet to run. Is Lob vulnerable here to Rian, do you think, J-Man?
Potentially, yeah. I think there's enough time and the pace at the moment that Rayhan's got on board. I think there's a definite opportunity.
Lob, it's getting all distracted by one of the out of position cars there. Probably, I think both of the drivers equally distracted and probably caught offline there a little bit. So it doesn't look like there was a lot of gain made by Rian due to that. But the time is a-ticking. Under 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, here. Zach White. William Brown. In second, Russell Pepperell. In third, that is the podium as we speak. With only a little over 4 minutes yet to run, can't see that changing too much.
No.
Without a major mistake. Mandela again. Big pat on the back. Jones in the background. Dutch. Again, look how close these guys, after 35 minutes of racing, are. Brutal, another brutal street circuit here, and a US street circuit at that. You thought Adelaide was tough in Australia. Oh, we got nothing on the US street circuits. Jason Cossey in ninth and Scott McKenzie, J-Man, rounding out the top 10. And nice work from Macca there. Scott McKenzie. He might even have Cossey here. Cossey there just looking a little bit loose in front of him there. Big tag on the wall. From the Digital Bogans car. Quickly becoming one of the best, one of my favourite team names ever. The ESL Digital Bogans car. Damn. Followed by probably my next favourite team name, the Misfits Racing Team. I was like, I'd fit in perfect. I think you and I both would fit in with the Misfits guys. J-Man, that is us to a T.
Jones on pluck now as the time starts winding down. It's right there.
It's serious, J-Man.
Yep. And who is that? That might be the car that...
That's Dutch in the background there too. What's this? What's this?
Oh,
it squeezes past.
And I tell you what, Lob's going to go with, is he? Not quite. It is fierce at the back end. These boys are playing for keeps. Mandela Pluck, welcome to Div 1. He's doing a nice job, but he's amongst the thick of it. Rayhan, a little bit further back, limited on data.
And look, Rion actually right tucked up behind that little group of cars that we're just talking about, but they only have about a minute and a half yet to race, J-Man. So I don't think there's going to be any more gains for Rion. Rion right in behind Lob. Lob is the next cab off the rank in behind Mandela. Will that happen? Oh, God, I sort of... But we will soon going to find out. Oh, look, Pluck just literally steps aside, allows Lob pass, allows Leonage pass.
Mm-hmm. It's not his fight. He knows where his battle's at. His battle, he knows at the moment, is with Jace Douglas. And where is Jace Douglas in this field in race 2?
Well, compared to Pluck, way down, J-Man.
Yep.
Like way down in 23rd.
So there you go. And that's a smart play there from Mandela, and a sign of respect to the guys racing in their division, but also the IQ and the acknowledgement that he doesn't need any late race drama to capitalise on what has been an awesome night for Mandela. So awesome stuff. Great to see it. And still sits inside the 10, P8 at the moment.
Okay.
Likelihood looking at the gap. Back to Mackenzie.
And time has run out, J-Man, too, just quietly there. So Zach, Rattray White.
Leonage on the attack.
On Lob. Can he make it happen before the end of the race? Oh, here we go. Yes, pokes it up there, tags him. Now, Pluck. Plucky's just through. Oh, and who is that?
That's an out of place. That's the 99
that
car.
is the car. That is the Douglas car. Hey, man.
Yeah, that's Jace Douglas. So he would have witnessed all this and a lap down on his competition.
Oh, whoa, just what the hell? So he just watched that all unfold in front of him there.
Yep.
Zach White, J-Man.
Comes through to
Across
grab
the
the
line.
checkers once again.
Nice work. Will Brown. Oh, a little bit of a gap from Will Brown to Russell Pepperell. All of that just unfolding in the final lap. I don't believe it. We sort of thought it was... I think I called it a lap and a half ago. That was our top 3, and it just wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Russell Pepperell in 3rd position. 4th, Ryan Jones. Andrew Duss in 5th. Mandela back up into 6th position over Lob and Ria Leonage. Oh, no. Didn't that go pear-shaped? Scott McKenzie in
Retro White letting some emotion out post-race with a beautiful burnout too, Davo. So something that... he's pretty happy about that one. Guy that's normally pretty cool and calm, and he's pretty excited about that one.
Oh, and look at him. He's doing the full Van Gisbergen thing going on here, J-Man. Like, and you know how difficult that is? I mean, you've had a bit of a steer of these things.
Well, those rear tyres are about as hot as the sun right now after the burnout, so he's doing a nice job here.
Wow, and... just expression session here from White.
Yeah.
And rightly so, J-Man. Rightly so. Wow.
So thank you, everyone. And with a bit of luck, I know that my director's probably giving me around about 10 and a half minutes on this thing.
You have 10 minutes exactly.
Okay, I was trying to stretch another 30 seconds as I watch the waiting room intently, and we do have Will Brown, and who raced out of P2. And I think I won't muck around, even if they're in random order. I'm going to...
Oh, just get it out there. Come on, let's
Yeah, I'm
just,
going to
let's
get
just
them out. I'm actually going to get them all in the room, actually, tonight. Russell Pepper, well done tonight, mate. Grabbed the P3 in the end. Fantastic race. Talk to us a little bit about the action there, especially in the feature.
Oh,
okay.
We're live.
Okay, we'll go to Brownie. Brownie goes a step better tonight. Yeah, got you, mate. Hey, P2 tonight. Lots going on out there in this concrete paradise of Belle Isle. Pretty good run there, Will, and it all come to fruition at the back end too. Lots to unpack out of that one. Copy, Will. Okay, we'll see him lighten up. Got you now? Okay, what about Russell? Oh, the joys of live TV.
Wait.
The joys of live TV. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll unpack that one for you. Some mic issues for the boys tonight. So Ratro White over Will Brown, Russell Pepperell. Congratulations to all you boys, and you know, everything that you set out to do here tonight was fantastic to watch. I've got not much more than that, really. You know, it's a horse to water thing. But
Well,
Davo.
I'm amazed and just in awe of these boys and their the car control. Difficult circuit here, J-Man.
Davo, I think we might see if we could talk to the winner of this race. And
oh, come on.
You got
Let's
to
get someone in here.
Zach? Copy, Zach.
Zach Ratro White.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, mate, gotcha.
We got one.
Mate,
we got a bite.
We got one. That's beautiful, mate. Hey, look, well done tonight. And before we might reverse engineer this one, I want to go just back to the end of that race. A fair bit of expression session, a bit of emotion being released at the back one. A beautiful burnout, and I think by Davo's words, a bit of a Van Gisbergen-esque sort of
it was
celebration lap there. Beautiful car control, but hey, mate, you're obviously pretty pumped about that one.
Hello, Zach.
I got Dave. I ain't got J-Man, unfortunately. Can hear one of his.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes, J-Man just trying to, asking about, the expression session we saw at the end of your win there in the feature race there. Obviously chuffed to come back through the field there unscathed, unlike some of the other boys there, and obviously pretty chuffed with your result at the end of the night there. So.
Yeah, I didn't put enough fuel in last week, so I made sure it was filled up this time.
Oh, that's right. I remember this now.
Yeah. So yeah, the tyres were still good, so I had to make sure that they were a bit worn out.
Yeah, nice. And tricky as usual. Sort of, just carefully making your way through the field there.
Yeah.
With the reverse grid, which we haven't had for a few weeks now. It's been like, what is it, 4 or 5 weeks? We've been just running 55-minute races, and then here we are, a couple of weeks from the end of the season, and then we're back to this mayhem that the feature race can deliver. So nice work, and not the easiest place to actually weave your way through that top 15 either, is it?
No, it's it really does show that patience is worth it. As you probably saw in the comms booth, that there's quite a few moves being made that could have waited a lap or two.
Sure.
And they ended up in the fence or facing the wrong way. So, yeah, a lot of it was made pretty easy for me with people getting penalties and whatnot. But yeah, still had to make some difficult moves along the way.
Yeah. and he's looking good in the championship with only, what do we got? A round or two to go. Oh, maybe one. I think it's one next week.
Yep.
To go. You've got to be happy with that. Good, solid effort throughout the season. And what's the plan? What's the plan? Do you go? You just you've got a fairly healthy gut, Zach. Really, do you just go in hardcore, or do you just still, play the long game even with one race to go?
Well, I think looking at the forecast for the next round, I think it's meant to be a little damp. So hopefully it actually buckets down, because we've got a quick car when it rains. So hopefully it rains, but I think we'll just play it as it comes. I think we've got a good car regardless of track and conditions and whatnot. But I think just try and get a normal finish and keep the car clean.
Sounds like a good plan. Awesome. Okay, thanks Zach for joining us. A little bit of a mix-up, a little bit of a tech thing at the end of for the interviews here. Actually, we might actually see if we can drag the boys up here. See if we got them. Have we got Russell and Will Brown in the room at the moment? Will and Russell.
G'day, how you doing?
G'day guys. G'day guys. Good effort tonight. Tough race out there at Detroit. With not a lot of room to move. The usual, what is it, reverse grid malarkey that goes on. But all three of you guys doing a stellar job to navigate all that. How was your race, Russell? Will Brown, actually, second position. Will.
Yeah, it was pretty good, pretty clean. Picked the right lines at the start of the race when there was lots of movement going on, and then just managed to stay out of trouble throughout the rest and got a bit lucky with the penalties for a few cars around me.
Yep. Yeah, and you make it sound very simple, but we know that it's not as simple as that, because anything can happen here. A lot of cars out on track, obviously tonight with the two divisions crammed together for the last couple of rounds here in the season, which obviously, I mean, for you guys, you top guys, usually out in front of all this lot, but obviously with the reverse grid in the feature race, that makes it a little bit more difficult. Yeah. It
was interesting with actually coming up on a few guys that we haven't raced all season, just not quite knowing what to expect. You come to, when you race the same guys every week, you sort of get into a rhythm of who's gonna defend, who's gonna pull over straight away, and so it was a bit interesting in not knowing that. But yeah, had a pretty clean run through the whole thing. There was the one moment where I think it was Roger, I was trying to pass and I had Zach right on my rear bumper the whole way, giving me the hurry up, which was definitely the most intense part of the race for sure.
We were watching. We were definitely watching out of the back of Roger's car there. And you guys side by side a few times there. Fanned out behind him. Awesome stuff to keep it all together. Pepperell, Russell, your race?
Oh, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I had to punt around a pretty broken car at the start there, so I had to make it quite wide. But no, it's nice to get a bit of free track after the pit stop and make a bit of time.
Yeah, nice work, mate. Look, keeping it short and sweet. Thank you. But tough. Look, the car didn't look damaged, actually, to be honest, Russell. But it didn't look like it had as much pace as we would normally expect. Obviously, with you behind the wheel, after watching the season so far, so. It was sort of a little bit obvious, but not quite so obvious because the car looked okay. All in all, you guys coming out unscathed, first, second and third. Obviously, Zach, Will and Russell, respectively. Boys, I am quickly running out of time. Zach, do you want to call out any sponsors, my friend?
Nah, it's the normal people as usual.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows.
The people that are, yeah.
Okay, they know who they are. And you boys, Will?
Yeah, I'd like to thank AAA Excavation Landscaping, Hybrid Racing Simulations, GAMAFLARE, DHF Tyres, RSW Graphics, Aramex Heatherton, Bobs and Balloons, Phoenix Drive Development, the whole team, and the broadcast as well for putting it on.
Thank you. That meant Matchfit at the end there as well. Thank you, Will. Russell?
Oh my God, that was a big list.
That was a big list.
TTR. Yeah, I'd like to shout out TTR as usual, BRS, simrix.com. And yeah, you guys, you put on a great broadcast.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And say hello to Mad for me too. I do know Madison down for many, many years. Yeah, look, thank you guys for an awesome spectacle here tonight. Like I said, I'm running out of time very quickly. I think I'm a minute or so over. I'm going to let you guys go and wrap it up now. There's beer in the fridge. Grab a beer on the way out, but I'm just going to wrap that stuff up with you guys in the room. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody joining us here tonight for round 10 at Detroit for the SCNZ 2026 Allports V8 Supercar Autumn Series. Thank you, GAMAFLARE. Thank you, Allports. And thank you, all of our viewers and all of our supporters. Remember, hit the like button, give us a thumbs up, and support SCNZ and Matchfit Entertainment in the process. And say hi to your mum, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.